the commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't eat.
Something got to pop your butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Wait a second. We're an hour early. We're an hour early, Nick. My clock down here says 10:30 a.m.
What?
Yeah. Are we an hour early? Is this true? Oh, daily. Welcome to Big Boy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, largest, greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. My name is Ben. Gonna be live every single day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, apparently, according to my clock. 11:30 a.m., as you guys know, and we are on time today, believe it or not. You guys will find a commonality between all of the shows that we have that are on time and ones that are not on time involves a certain person whose name consists of two letters. One could potentially be a T, and one potentially could be a J. TJ, welcome to the show today.
Hi.
Oh, it's Nick DeMonte, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we're on time. Y'all remember that. Nick DeMonte's the reason we're on time. Guys, today is Thursday, March 16th. 68 degrees. Today's the day we tell you who founded Shiba. I'm going to do a video later today. I'm going to tell you who founded Shiba. I know who founded Shiba, for sure. I know who founded Shiba. I know a lot of people say, oh, he said it was Sam. Sam's involved. Sam was involved. Sam is not Ryoshi. I have Ryoshi's identity, sure enough. So really excited about that. So we're going to do that video later today. So watch out for that. Hola. People in the show. Hola. Hey, Allison. What are you looking for? A Propel? Guys, today's show is brought to you by Propel. It is not to be confused with amateur Pel. It's Propel. Thank you. It's not mid-Pel. It's Propel. Okay. All right, guys. Let's move on here. It's a heck of a show today. Heck of a show. Guys, I got into it yesterday, if you guys didn't see, on Twitter with some people about this Shiba. And I tell you what, I don't understand what is going on. There's a lot of drama going on in the Shiba community, which we're going to be talking about much later. What great timing for me, though. What great timing to get all this information last week. And then I want to know who is the founder of Shiba? That's what I want to know. I want everybody to put it into the chat. Put in the chat who you believe that it is. I want to see if anybody knows. I don't think anybody knows. I had never heard this name before. This guy founded another project that I actually did know about earlier, but did not know, had never heard this name before, didn't know who he was. So certainly would love to see what you guys have to say. Yeah, if you guys want to hit up the shirt, of course, hitmerch.com is where you can go to check that out. We'll pull it up here real quick for you guys. Hit merch.
Show us that merch.
Show that merch. Here it is, hitmerch.com. Look at this. And here's your Shiba shirt. People want a shirt with Shiba on it. We got it right there for you.
These are selling.
Are they?
These are moving.
Tell you what, where is the other one, though, that was supposed to have all the layer ones on it?
That's coming.
It is
soon.
coming? Because it's got ICP on it, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Bill Gates, Mark Cuban, Elizabeth Warren, Mike Hunt. Mike Hunt, actually, he's one of my favorite bodybuilders. I really respect what he did because he's swole. Okay. All right. That was actually in my high school yearbook. That was what somebody said. Let's see. Hanky the Christmas Poo. No. Gary Gensler. Good guess. Aaron Blake. Ben, I know the guy Armstrong. That's me, actually. Let's see. Dominic Ryder. Caesar Milan. That's a good one. Caesar Milan's a good guess. Amanda Huggingkiss. Yeah. Nick's always looking for her.
Number one on Grindr, baby.
Joe Biden. Yep. There he is. Putin. MC Hammer, Hillary Clinton, Joe Shiba Inu Jr. Okay, I'm a big fan. All right. I'm excited about this. I can't wait. I love breaking stories. I love being the person to break story. And they already have news stories out there about me doxing the founder of Shiba. I haven't even done it yet.
Amazing.
Well, I guess you could say this is karma. I guess you could say this is karma. You guys remember that phrase? It's going to come into effect a little bit later. All right. What I found is amazing is nobody knew this is who it was. Not one. I'm looking over here. Not one person has even came close to naming who it is. So, but we're gonna do it a little bit later. I might give you guys an Easter egg during the show today.
Ooh, what about
Elena
that?
Garcia,
Yeah.
definitely potential for this. George Strait, okay, George Strait, sure, I like that. Now we know why TJ isn't here. It's TJ. TJ is actually the founder of Shiba. That is actually correct.
Yep.
We've been that's how we've been building everything over here. Is just taking everybody's money from Shiba. All right, let's move on here. Don't forget to check out Bit to Crypto on the YouTubes. There we go. Bitcoin versus banks. Look at that nice thumbnail. You guys don't forget to check out our other channels for Candles, BitLab Academy, Around the Blockchain Basement, Hit Network, All Madden Sports. Make sure to check out all of these. And let's go ahead and move on to the CT Minute. I actually have something new today I wanted to try over here.
Oh, snap.
Let's see if I can find this. Bookmarks. Look at this. Tweets for show. All right.
Whoa.
Here's the first one. So, on crypto Twitter, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, of course, at bitboy_crypto. We are over 1 million subscribers there or followers there. I'm trying to keep an eye over here to see if anybody gets it.
Claude Balls?
I was just shocked because it was somebody I had never heard of.
Oh.
I was just shocked. That's why. It's always like, it's kind of one of these things where like you're always like so excited to find out who somebody is, or it's like, see, Scooby-Doo's a cool show.
Yep.
The old version, not the new version without Scooby-Doo.
Not Velma?
No.
Ooh.
No. Velma's supposed to be cute though. I don't know why they did her like that.
I know.
But anyways, the point is that they pull off the mask off the guy and you're like, oh, we should have known. That's exactly who it was. It's cool thing about Scooby-Doo. Always a throwback. Imagine they pulled the mask off. It was like a character you had never seen before. Wouldn't make any sense. It's kind of how it is on Masking Shiba.
You have to see him at the beginning of the show. That's the whole point.
What's that?
In Scooby-Doo, you see the villain in like the first 30 seconds or minutes.
Of course. Exactly. They know how to do it. Okay, so if you missed the early wave of the LSD narrative, which Lido led, what is the LSD narrative?
Well, back in the 60s.
Liquid staking. What does the D stand for? Can you show me that D, Nick? Nick,
yeah,
what's that?
Sure, hang on.
Show me what that D do.
Hang on.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Thanks, Nick. That was
Sorry,
really. That was concerning. That was very concerning. Not a fan of that. Okay. Shanghai upgrade, which has been pushed to April, gives you a second chance to be early. Want to find out who I'm betting to lead the second narrative? Find out. It's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. In this thread, I'll walk you through the Shanghai upgrade, Stater Labs ETH, tokenomics roadmap. Number one, Shanghai upgrade. Now, this is very important. This is the upgrade that will enable ETH staked withdrawals from the beacon chain. Over 16.4 million ETH, or $26 billion, has been staked. Pre-post merge will be open for withdrawals. Here's a chart distribution of staked ETH in the beacon chain. You guys can see it here. 46.9% over here. This is what is this? This is the green is sex.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's sex.
It's a kid's show.
Well, it's sex with a C.
Oh, okay.
So liquid staking, you can see is 46.9%. Look at that.
Wow.
Wow. Whales over here. This is staking pools, and this is this is whales, and this is this is others. This is others, 5.1%. So this is the beacon chain depositors pie chart. Now we are showing the chart 2 days late. 2 days late, as today is March 16th.
That was good.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. All right, let's move on. Where do you think withdrawn ETH would go? Number one, a sell-off. Number two, liquid staking derivatives. Number three, restaking solutions like EigenLayer. Regarding the start, I'll be focused on 1 and 2. Now, here's what you have to understand about ETH, okay? What you have to understand is when it comes to the ETH validator nodes, okay, there's this idea that once a Shanghai update comes, everybody's going to get Shanghaied, And all of a sudden, all the ETH is going to get sold off, and we're going to zero, boys. Yeah, love it. Ah. Such a low IQ take. That's why I'm here, to give you guys the high IQ take on what's really going to happen. And the Levi Saint guy here, he lays it out perfectly, okay? Number one, sell-off. Let's look at the 2K scenario, according to Staking Rewards Journal. Early stakers who staked around 2020 are unlikely to exit their ETH position, given their confidence to stake ETH before withdrawal function even existed. but are in profit already, in which they purchased at the average of $600. Yeah. Also, since more institutions are beginning to participate, it'll lead to an increase in staked ETH instead of the opposite. According to Corby, he explained in detail the segments of withdrawals and selling pressure in which staking pools will amass more selling pressure. I expect to see rotation from these other categories coming to liquid staking. Here we go, liquid staking derivatives. This allows users to earn rewards on their staked ETH while retaining access to them, which can be tradable or lent. LSDs have a total of $7.6 million staked. You guys can see right here. Lido has the highest market share and TVL, but more competitors have emerged already. So could we be looking for the next Lido Finance potentially? Especially since Lido Finance, I believe, supposedly got a message from or a letter from the SEC. Stater Labs, it's a multi-chain liquid staking protocol. It's already expanding to Ethereum. It aims to provide liquid staking solutions, more decentralized and permissionless approach than ones already existing. Now, is this entire thing a shill for this Stater Labs, or do we think this is legit? I'm about to go look. I'm just seeing how long this is. I really just want to hit the point about the why I don't believe people will be removing their ETH from the validator nodes. Huh. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you though. I mean, I'm not going to discount that. Let's go look and see. Let's go to this guy's profile and see. It is a little sus. I'll be honest with you. I'll put some money in it. Because you know what I missed out on? Lido Finance. You know? Well, I didn't want to touch Lido Finance because Kobe had something to do with it. That's honestly what it was for me. Is when it first started getting popular, I was like, F this. You know, like, what the heck? I hate Kobe. Like, I don't want to see anything he touches be successful. Well, you know, I'm stupid. Everything he touches is successful. I probably should have jumped on it. So, you know, like, I guess that's me just being hard-headed. I'm fine with Kobe. I got no problems with Kobe anymore. He's all good for me. But the point is I probably should have jumped on that Lido Finance. I've known about it for a long time, and I just stupidly missed out on it. So I do know that when it comes to liquid staking, because we've covered liquid staking on the show before, Nick.
Yeah.
And obviously you got Lido Finance, you got Rocket Pool, but you don't really have, you know, I don't think the end-all be-all solution is out there yet, or, you know, we haven't covered it. So we'll check out the Stater Labs. I mean, I think it might be worth throwing some something in. Nomad Number says, I've used Stater Labs for my ledger, all good, but still nervous on DeFi staking. I mean, you should be much less concerned about DeFi staking than other ones.
It's over collateralized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stater, that's a different one. I think you're talking about Stater, STATER. Did we cover this one before? Way back in the day?
Like before my time, probably. Oof. It's
I
ranked 3,000.
Well, they have that like ST ETH, I think.
No, that's staked. That's staked ETH.
It is staked. Yeah, but were Stater Labs the first one to do it?
No, this is this.
Let me look at it and see.
This project.
I
is dead.
don't think I've seen this one before. If I did, they've rebranded or something. I don't remember this logo.
Yeah.
There you go. You can stake on here. I mean, hey, it looks pretty good. Let's stake some stuff. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm not buying your sweater unless Solana is on it. Well, we've got some old ones. We call them the bad batch. The bad batch got DOT and Solana on it. If y'all want to have some sloppy seconds. All right, moving on here. Back to Twitter's verse. Let's see. I had another one here I want to go over. Another tweets. All right, here we go. Just in, regulators are scrutinizing whether companies are manipulating financial results to meet Wall Street targets as a profit squeeze amps up pressure on executives to make the numbers per Wall Street Journal. What does this remind you of? When you read that, what does it remind you of? Let's see if you can get the correct answer, Nick. There's only one answer.
Ooh. Probably FTX.
No, go back further.
Oh. Enron? It's faking the numbers?
Later
Later than Enron?
After Enron.
After Enron. Not Lehman, right?
Yeah, all that.
Well.
All that. Look, guys, what was going on there when you had the 2008. This just in. Big Boy hates Kobe Bryant. No, I love Kobe Bryant.
Whoa.
No. We don't ever
Whoa.
disrespect that Kobe. No, we don't ever disrespect that Kobe.
Corey, do you
want
to ban Corey?
We
right now?
love Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is my favorite athlete of all time. Not even close. Michael Vick's up there too.
Put him in timeout for that one.
Yeah, no, don't put Corey in timeout. Don't put Corey in timeout. He's just kidding. Corey knows. He said just kidding. He knows we love Kobe here. Kobe. Let's see here. Good friends have an organization part of No Longer Bound. Big event March 26th. We'd love for you to come. I think I'm out of town, or either I'm barely coming back from town on that. Jacob, thank you for that super chat there. No Longer Bound. This is where I went to rehab. Went to rehab in Cumming, Georgia, back in 2007. I was there for 2 years. You can thank No Longer Bound for all this. If it wasn't for them, I probably would have been dead. I was in a coma right before I went. And I went straight from the, that'd be a good name for the book, from a coma to crypto, the Ben Armstrong story. That's a good one. All right. But this reminds me of The Big Short, is what it reminds me of. How you had all of these guys like faking all these numbers and these ratings and the ratings for the mortgage bonds. And they're just faking it all. And then gets to the end, it's like, oh, we've been faking it the whole entire time. And then the whole thing crumbles and falls apart. It feels like we could be heading towards that on Wall Street. We're there with the banks, right? The banks are collapsing right in front of us. What was a big announcement about a bank today? Did you see that?
No, I missed it. Was it
I can't remember what it was.
First Republic?
Did you see the thing about BNP Paribas yesterday?
No.
That's like the big French bank.
Oh, geez.
They're potentially going down. There was another one. There was another one as well. I can't remember what it was. I was looking at maybe this morning on Twitter. Somebody was saying there's stories of another one that could be coming out. So we'll see what happens. But a lot of faking going on out there.
All right, Tom.
What's that?
Are we ready for Tom?
Yeah, let's bring Tom. Is Tom there?
Tom's here.
Let's bring Tom.
Tom was born ready. Hang on a second.
Let's bring him on.
Bring Tom here.
We have a chat in there
I'm
from
here.
the Mountain Industrial Sasquatch to Bat Boy. I know who that is. If you know the Mountain Industrial Sasquatch story, then you're a true OG. That's for sure. Tom Crown, Mr. Litecoin, Mr. Soybean, Mr. Sunglasses,
Mr. Everything.
Mr. Well, it's Mr. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. So
Got it.
where is Tom? Tom is frozen. Is Tom frozen?
Tom, your video froze.
Tom, your video's frozen.
Are you joking? Is my audio working?
Your audio is great.
Your audio is working.
What?
You look great.
Now you're disappeared.
Now you're disappeared.
I guess that's my face for the interview.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Had problems
lots of
last time,
prayers.
had problems this time. But
Well,
the
we'll
audio's
just-
working, so we're good.
Well, just pretend to also still too.
There we go.
Show us what you got, Tom. Tell us about the charts.
All right there, Ben.
Cool,
Yeah,
thanks.
guys, so it's great to be back. Good to be here. It's been a while. Tom Crown, guys. I'm not always frozen, but when I am, I think that's when I'm at my best. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, Tom Crown on YouTube. I'll see you guys there. And I'm here to inform you guys on some of the frozen news going on, some of the news and the charts. And I think what we should start with, because this is the forefront, this is what's going on in the world. We got banks and we got the Fed. The Fed has been what we've tracked over the last, I want to say 6 months now, so closely. Every word just hanging, waiting. What are they going to say next?
Just frozen, if you will.
Just frozen.
Hanging,
yes.
waiting, frozen.
Precisely. Frozen in time, waiting for them.
Tom, Tom, can you try to close down and come back in? And we see if that'll
I
fix
can
it?
do that.
If not, then maybe you can make a more awkward face than that because that looks too nice.
All right,
Let's
I'll
try
find
that.
a bad picture. Give me a
Okay.
sec.
All right. There he was. Tom Crown, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Crown. He had a good run, didn't he?
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Yeah. RIP. Do you want to answer this question?
Ben, I'm holding that same 25K portfolio as yours, plus about 4 more ETH and about 7,000 zeros. Can't wait to see it 2 years from now. Well, thank you, Bison9. That is going to probably do pretty well, I think. The portfolio is looking pretty good right now. We are still up overall in the portfolio. Tom Tiedemann is the sheep founder? No, I don't think so. All right, so we're waiting on him to come back in. I'm going to refresh on my side too. Okay. Wow. Well,
Tom.
we had a good run with Tom Crown. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for coming on.
They said Tom is so cool. He froze his video.
Yeah, he really so cool. He's frozen.
Yeah, guys, put a like in that chat. That may help unfreeze Tom.
Yeah, let's see if everybody like the chat. If you hit the like button, we can like Hulkamania. You know, we can Hulk up and bring Tom back on.
Yep.
What's he supposed to like? Leave and come back in?
Hang on, look. Wait, let's check. Hey Tom, how are you? I'm great.
Oh. Hey guys, it's me, Tom Crown. I'm here with a Bitcoin in my background. Those Litecoin. No. Go.
Sorry.
The Litecoin people are going crazy right now. If you look over here on my bookshelf, you'll see I've got all the books on soybeans you could ever want, including the one and only Farmer's Almanac. So let's go ahead and look at the charts. Let's go ahead and pull them up and check and see, are those soybeans a sprouting? Are they a sprouting? All right, well, we're going to move on. And, oh, he's back. He's back.
My God.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. There, look, he's moving. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Crown, out of nowhere.
From the top rope.
Over the top, the Hulkamania worked. Yeah. What's up, Tom?
I'm moving again. We'll see what happens. You know, who knows?
Quick.
These technologies. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. We do. I run a technology channel and I can't do anything with it. So, well, let's go. Let's blow the charts. Let's do it, man.
All right. So let me get into it a little bit again. This time I'm moving around. So
Yeah.
The Fed obviously in focus over the last few months. We've seen them begin quantitative tightening, removing liquidity from markets. We've seen them expand the interest rates at the fastest pace we've ever seen. Talks recently kind of about things breaking have been popping up when he was with the Senate and House of whatever. Talks of things breaking. And so we actually saw this happen. We're now seeing banks become insolvent, and this is putting the Fed in a really interesting spot. And I'm going to make a little hot take here that it's going to actually matter less what the Fed is doing and saying going forward. And that might sound a little counterintuitive, but this is because now they have a bigger problem on their plate. The obvious dual mandate for the Fed is to maintain stable prices and promote maximum employment. These two things can be at odds with each other. For instance, while inflation is high and rising, they increase the interest rates to try to combat that. And this is basically the price that banks loan each other dollars overnight. This makes borrowing more expensive, and it puts a crunch on banks. And specifically, we're going to see a lot of little banks suffering from this. So we saw that part happen. And now they're basically going to have to take a step back. And the word pivot comes to mind. Nobody saw this coming. How fitting. They're going to have to pivot because these two issues are at odds with each other.
You said nobody saw this coming?
No one. Not a single person, Ben. No, I've been saying pivot for years. Before they even started.
People thought I was insane. 3 months ago, I said they're going to turn the money printer back on by the end of this year. People thought I was insane. Thought I was crazy. And now all of a sudden, you see the path. The path is now clear.
Absolutely, man. I was tweeting last year that the Congress would end up forcing the Fed to print. You know, like they're not going to want to do it, but something's going to make them. And here we go. We got our, I'm not going to call it a black swan, but we got our catalyst for sure.
Yeah.
And the hard spot they're in now is if they continue combating inflation, they're going to be putting banks out of business. And we're going to see pretty much a cascade of U.S. institutions fall. That's probably a worse outcome. Or if we look at the U.S. government in general, usually looking at the short term, that is going to be a more immediate short-term impact that has negative effects than the inflation battle, which in theory you could let go on for, you know, who knows how long before you have these really, really negative impacts that hit the economies. I mean, we've seen some of them, but they're going to side with the banks. They're going to have to try to figure this out. They said that they're not bailing them out and that taxpayers aren't going to be burdening it. But of course they are. Of course they are. The Fed's going to have to begin quantitative easing again. And this is where the markets go nuts. It's a really, really interesting position to be in. And so I just wanted to start with that, but we do have some charts as well. Let me do this in a way that won't break my computer. Hopefully, there we go. So Bitcoin, we all know this chart.
Look how sexy.
Let's add just this one line. This is how I do my streams.
Sorry. Oh, y'all could hear that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
Ooh. I thought you were just whispering in my ear.
I was.
Okay, good. So we all know this trend line. This is the weekly chart for Bitcoin. Last week, we had a sell-off where I was blown away by this sentiment 180. everyone was feeling pretty good in January and February. With that sell-off last week, everyone freaked out again. We were hearing low number calls. This was really good. On the way up, we need as much FUD as possible. We need as many reasons for people to dismiss a rally as possible. And I don't think we could have asked for anything better. Banks failing is got to be up there on biggest FUDs ever. So we're back up. As you guys know, we've retested our 200 weekly moving average. We set a higher high just a few days ago. And now everyone's wondering what's next. You know, is this real? Are we going to go back down? And of course, I don't have the future answer for you. That would be great. I'm not a psychic yet. I'm working on that and getting my certification. But I have two ways of looking at this chart for you guys. I hope that makes it really simple. So I have a bullish take and a bearish take so that everyone in the audience can go home happy. The first, I'm going to start with the bull because I'm a bull. We have a bullish megaphone pattern. I will admit, I haven't seen this pattern play out too many times in crypto. However, we've been seeing a lot of kind of firsts anyway. So I think this might fit. And this bullish megaphone pattern is essentially described by 3 touches to the top of a trend, 2 to the bottom, and they're diverging from each other. They're broadening out. If this pattern plays out, which I think is still completely on the table despite the sell-off we've seen over the last 36 hours, we're basically looking for price to move even higher and come back to our high trend to bounce it and continue potentially to the 30K area. I think really all bets are off once we get over the 200. Guessing upside targets is going to be hard. I think a move, if it happens, will be fast and violent. So this is what I'm hoping happens. And of course, there is the other side of the coin. This is going to be the bearish take. The bearish take is that we are seeing a diamond pattern.
All right, Tom, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah,
we'll
see you
everybody, Tom Crowd, yeah. All right, go ahead. Tell us why we're all going to lose money.
Exactly. So what I like about this is both of these patterns are in play at the same time. You can see that they're very similar until that third touch. Basically, the diamond, in my opinion, was confirmed on the 10th low, rocketed up to a new high. Typically, that signals to me a diamond pattern. This would be the reversal. This would be the downside that the bears are looking for. I think if we see this play out, and that's going to essentially be in play until March 14th high is broken. So any trading really above 26.5 throws this out the window for the most part. What we would expect to see is lower highs and higher lows that eventually resolve to the downside. And I've picked out kind of just 2 downside targets that I think make sense. It would be in about 16.2, very close to our lows. If we see this resolve, you could even see if this took time, it would come basically right back down to that descending trend line we looked at. In the even more bearish scenario, just to appease the bears, 13.8 is a very important monthly support that's never been tested since we left it in 2020. And I think there's reason to be looking there if you're bearish. I'm not personally. I'm still thinking this megaphone pattern is going to play out. And we're going to see it to the upside. It just might take some time. So those are my 2 outlooks for Bitcoin right now.
So
I have a little bit of a spicy chart. It could go up or down.
Okay.
So
like this.
Yeah. And guys, Bitcoin did hit 26K. So if things get really crazy, it could hit 27.
I just want to get my little tiny Tom Crown and just grab him.
I'm very tiny over here. This is the random chart I picked. GBTC, I wanted to show you guys. This is Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. It is being more bullish than Bitcoin. And after, 2 years of it being way less bullish, this has got my attention now. We're seeing it basically front run Bitcoin. We're seeing it hit new highs like it literally did this morning, broke last week's high, trading at almost 14 or just under $14. I wonder, or I prophesize, perhaps this is GBTC front running the actions that it's in with the SEC right now and hopefully getting a favorable result on their ETF. I don't see another reason why something that's been so suppressed, trading at such a discount versus the spot asset, would be showing strength like this outside of maybe something we don't see yet in the markets. So that's my little, week take, monthly take, something like that. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
I didn't think it was that weak. Thought it was strong.
Oh, W-E-E-K, weak.
Yeah, Tom, I knew that. You trying to correct me on my grammar? It's weak. Okay.
Yes, you pronounced it wrong. It wasn't the grammar. It's the weak. Well, Tom, I love being on the show, man.
It's
good to see you, brother.
It's always great to see you, Tom. We're certainly glad that you got out of the frozen. I do play a mean game of Mortal Kombat with Sub-Zero. So if we ever get together, I can freeze you the same way you were frozen at the beginning. But
Well, I'm Scorpion.
Oh,
get over here.
Whoa, I'd love to get over there, Tom. Love to hang out in that little Bitcoin cave you got there.
Oh,
Well, Tom,
yeah,
thank you so much
buddy.
for coming on the show today, guys. Don't forget to follow Tom Crown. We'll drop your link in the live chat and pin it so people can see that. If you guys want to get more hot takes on how the price of Bitcoin could go up or it could go down, make sure to check out Tom Crown. Man, that's spicy. That's a wrap right there. All right, Tom. We'll catch you later, man. All right, bye. Me love some Tommy boy. I love Tom. Tom is good. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and check out the markets. Check out the market watch here. Guys, we got the coins coming in 11,393 on CoinGecko. And on CoinMarketCap. I like to keep a check on all of them. I like to check both of them. It's hard for me to just check CoinGecko because I like CoinGecko better, but I'm so used to CoinMarketCap. It gives us good perspective here. So they got 11,393 coins, 685 exchanges, 1.129 trillion in market cap, 24-hour volume, 133 billion. Bitcoin dominance, 42.9%. ETH dominance, 17.8%. And for your gas, use any transaction with 15.5 Paraguay. Check out, let's see what that looks like over here. 1.085 trillion, 72 billion. The volume dramatically different between the two sites, as you can see. Bitcoin dominance, 44.4% here. ETH dominance, 18.8%. I just, and the ETH gas is the same. What do you think, Nick, about Bitcoin dominance? Like, where do you think this thing is going to go
for this year?
I mean, like right now, it's like about 44%. Like it can get to 45%. I don't think it's going to get over 50%. Do you think it will get back over 50%?
That would be very difficult. If a stable coin actually fell apart, I could see it getting over 50. But all things being equal right now, and USDC remains the same and Tether remains the same, I don't see it getting anywhere near 51%, probably bouncing off of 48.
Yeah, very interesting to see what's going to happen with that. All right, Bitcoin coming in, $25,052. Hey. Up 15.4% for this week. 68 billion in volume. Got ETH coming in, 1671. Binance Coin 329. Big mover today. Binance Coin. Check out the graph. Singularity Net, Immutable X, Render, GMX, BNB, Fetch. A lot of the AI coins. Arweave. We just talked about Arweave, I think, last week. Or we did it a video or recorded it last week. I don't think we've talked about it yet. Blockstacks, Cosmos Hub. They call it Cosmos Hub now?
Yeah, they do. Is that
on CoinMarketCap as well?
Atom 2.0 move.
They just call it Cosmos here on CoinMarketCap still. Interesting. We got a lot of AI coins moving, so some good stuff there. Let's see, moving for the top movers of the week. We got Halo coin still coming in. Don't know much about it. It hasn't moved at all in the last 24 hours. We got Conflux, 55% gainer. Stacks, Singularity Net, Render, the Graph, Fetch AI. I mean, there's 3 AI coins, Graph, Fetch, Singularity Net. We told you guys they were going to keep moving, and they are still moving to this day. Kava, Aptos, Tezos, a lot of things up 15% or more. So there you go. That's what's going on with the market watch. All right, let's go ahead and check out the news. U.S. banking system outlook downgraded to negative following recent bank failures. Credit rating agency Moody has recently downgraded its outlook on the entire United States banking system from stable to negative. Move comes in light of the recent failures of Silicon Valley Bank, Silvergate Bank, and Signature Bank. Banks with substantial unrealized security losses and non-retail and uninsured U.S. depositors may still be at risk, according to Moody's. As interest rates rise and the economy enters a recession, it is likely more banks will potentially fail, leaving more depositors vulnerable. Well, and this is where I'll say this. Well, you need to get your shot.
Whoa.
That's where you take a shot. I got my hair's cut this morning. Can you tell?
Looking fresh.
Yeah,
fresh for LA, right?
Second gaming, just like when you called a bottom by looking at a certain time frame, midterm elections. Now I ask you, when do you think we would hit a BTC top? Not the price, but the date that it would happen. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. It depends on what you're talking about. New all-time high. We've already said we believe it will be December of 2024, the middle of December 2024, and we hit a new all-time high. For the top of the market, I mean, I'm really probably looking at, oh man. We're looking somewhere in probably quarter 3. 2025 probably. I'm gonna say quarter 3, but I haven't done my estimates on the top yet. I have on new all-time high, but not on the top. So
Ben, I had a question for you.
yeah.
If
Well,
they-
actually, we're doing headlines.
Oh,
I
sorry.
forgot. See, I got off track already. I did a super chat.
Okay.
Go ahead, but go ahead and ask.
Well, this is about that, but when they, if they turn on the printer this year, is that going to affect or slide the Bitcoin all-time high, you think, or no? Is it still just so tied to the halving?
It's still so tied to the halving. I mean, it just, guys, what you have to understand is this is the way you have to look at the macro versus Bitcoin. The macro provides fuel or brakes. It applies fuel or brakes to what Bitcoin's already doing. It doesn't cause Bitcoin to do what it does. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're printing a ton of money and Bitcoin's on the way up. It's going to continue going up drastically. However, if it's on the way down and some macroeconomic stuff is happening that's bad, then that's going to apply more brakes or maybe make the price go down further. It's fuel. The macro is fuel. It is not the determination. It is not the compass. It is not the map. It is just a fuel that aids in whichever direction Bitcoin is already going in. So it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing that all this time later, years and years and years later, all we do is predict the price of Bitcoin, the direction it's going based on the halving chart, and it just continues to work, and people just continue to discount it. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. All right, blame traditional finance or the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. That's Scrooge McDuck. You guys may know him as the Duck World version of BitBoy. Duckburg. It's Duckburg, actually. Duckburg.
Duckburg.
Silicon Valley Bank, one of the leading banks for startups and venture capital firms in the U.S., failed because of a liquidity crisis that reverberated throughout the startup ecosystem. Failure to hedge interest rates leaves banks vulnerable. Changes in market that can erode profitability. Did you see where Elizabeth Warren was blaming Donald Trump for this banking crisis?
She has terminal TDS.
She is the dumbest person in politics by a considerable margin. Like, I look at her and I'm like, how could someone possibly vote for this lady? Like, how could you go into a voting booth, close your eyes and say, who do I want to vote for? Oh, Elizabeth Warren. That's it. How? How can you? There's no way that, like, people in Boston have a high IQ if they're voting for Elizabeth Warren. I'm sorry, people from Boston. If you're from Boston, you didn't vote for Elizabeth Warren. You have an extremely high IQ. If I were you and I was a hardcore Democrat, hardcore progressive, you're as Boston gets, I would just not even vote. I would rather not vote than vote for that banking broad. Like, you guys do understand, she's the one that has paved the way for all these banks to do this. Meanwhile, saying, banks don't do this. Banks, I'm going to hold you accountable. But here's a bunch of favorable laws to help you out. Ah! Gary Gensler, here's a question so you can help your banking friends. Here's the question. Here's the question. Bah, 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 bah. That's what she's like. The banking broad.
I felt like she was right here in the room.
You did. She's like a parrot, but God forbid if she were ever jump on my shoulder. I would be really terrified
like
of
a
that.
Navajo parrot.
Navajo, not a hoe. I can't say that about Elizabeth Warren. Banking broad. That's right. I could take that a lot further, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. As interest rates escalated steeply and the bond market declined significantly, Silicon Valley Bank's bond portfolio suffered a massive blow. By the end of the year, the bank had securities worth $117 billion. Despite dismissing the idea of a bailout, search for the buyer support in Silicon Valley. Now, did you see who was looking at buying it? Did you see that?
Looking at buying, it was JP Morgan.
Nope. It was your boy Sherrod Brown's number 2 overall donor, PNC Bank. PNC Bank was looking at buying. It was Silicon. Yeah, they were looking at buying Silicon Valley, I believe. And they looked at it and they're like, nope. And apparently, supposedly, the FDIC has asked that anyone that buys Signature Bank specifically discontinues all crypto business.
Isn't that crazy?
That is conflict of interest. That is lording your authority. That is messing with a free market. That is rigging the system. That's continuing to rig the broken system, continuing in the way that it's still broken. Like, you're doing the same stuff and expecting a different result. How about you allow them to do crypto?
That's the definition of stupidity.
It really is the definition of stupidity. No, the definition of stupidity is a picture of Elizabeth Warren. That's it. You just see stupidity, you're like,
I thought the I thought there's a picture of stupidity.
Yeah.
Is it both?
It's both.
My
yeah.
God.
So when it comes to what's going on with Silvergate, by the way, or with Signature, by the way, yeah, I really want to touch on this stuff real quick about Barney Frank.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Nick. I know you and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Barney Frank said that they're coming after them for no reason.
Mhm.
Okay. Keep in mind, guys, look, I would love to sit here. There's nothing I love to do more than pretend that we in crypto are victims all the time. I love that, right? We're victims. I love, you know why I like being a victim? Because I put a freaking chip on my shoulder. I ain't go at somebody. I like that. That's what I like to do. And look, the truth is, we are victims a lot here in crypto. They do come after us. We are the targets. Why? Just because of crypto. And as I said on the video last night, like, Bitcoin maximalists think Gary Gensler ain't going to come after y'all next. What? We think Gary Gensler likes Bitcoin? Like, let's put a poll up. Let's put a poll up, Nick, and let's say, do you believe Gary Gensler loves Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin maximalists all believe 100% that he does.
I know.
How stupid are you? How stupid are you? He just hadn't figured out the attack vector yet. Why do you think they didn't go after Ethereum and now they're saying proof of stake coins are all blockchains are all securities? He's just looking for a freaking angle, you idiots. There's no question about it. But the point is, Barney Frank said they just came after a Signature Bank because they were just, it's after crypto. Guys, that's not true. He's on the board of Signature Bank. The top 3 executives at Signature Bank are all potentially facing prison time. Okay? There was money laundering galore going on at Signature Bank. How do you think that Signature Bank had 15 times the amount of money Silvergate had? 15 times. Do you know who Silvergate serviced? Binance, Coinbase, FTX. Every major crypto company was the payment rails were going to Silvergate. And yet Signature had 15 times more money. Where does that math compute for y'all? How does that even potentially make sense?
Does not.
It does. Signature Bank had $160 billion. You ever heard of Signature Bank? I have, because I used them. I still use them. They're in my bank today. The fact is, there was a lot of wrongdoing going on there. And I've known about this wrongdoing, I told y'all yesterday, for several weeks, not a couple months at this point. Been getting insider information on what's been going on around there. And I did know that they were being investigated. What the story comes out yesterday, it says, oh, well, you know what? Actually, the Department of Justice, we're looking into the Signature Bank. Did I not tell you days ago? I told you on Monday. By the time this story is told, it will be a story of money laundering. And then look what happens yesterday. We get all the news coming out. So I'm just saying this. I love being a victim. I love when they target us. I love being the underdog that we are here in crypto, but it doesn't always apply. Sometimes there really is wrongdoing going on. And with Signature Bank, it looks like there was a lot of wrongdoing, is what I'll say. All right, reminder, Credit Suisse guilty of tax fraud, speaking of wrongdoing, and subprime mortgage fraud, accused of aiding clients engaged in torture, drug trafficking, and money laundering. In 2014, the bank pleaded guilty to charges of tax fraud from the U.S. Department of Justice. Look at that lady. Wow.
That's amazing.
Which one of these ladies would you fight?
Fight?
Yeah.
Fight her, the 65 plus lady.
It's what?
The lady who's 65 plus.
You're
the bear.
The bear.
Yeah.
Is the bear old too? The bear looks kind of old. I mean, now that 65 plus is old.
It's an aged bear. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you which one I would not fight. I would not fight this lady down here.
This
lady right here looks like she would freaking wreck you.
If you would you like go out on a date with any of them?
I mean, I'm a little partial to tigers. I think tigers are kind of cute.
Yeah.
But if there was a liger, like I would love to date a liger.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a liger in real life?
I have, yeah.
I have too.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Majestic.
Just do liger lads together. I like it. If I were to date one of these ladies, I mean, Betty White's out. I mean, the wolf lady. I mean, I just like that. She's got the hungry eyes.
Yeah, she's got that librarian
she got
thing going.
The hungry eyes of the wolf, She'd gobble me up, She'd gobble me up. I'd have to, blow her house down, I guess. I don't know. All right.
Move on. Quick. Hurry. YouTube's going to find out.
In 2017, Credit Suisse agreed to pay $5.38 billion for making false and irresponsible representations about residential mortgage-backed securities. 2022, a whistleblower leak from within the bank revealed at best failures of due diligence on Credit Suisse. Guys, we know all this. Credit Suisse is a scam. They're all the banks in Europe are scams. All ones here are scams as well. So I said her voting for the CARES Act is actually what started all this on a super chat.
Oh.
Senator Warren says Fed chair has to recuse himself from reviewing regulatory failures. Massachusetts Senator and banking broad, Elizabeth Warren, one of the more prominent anti-crypto voices in the United States Congress, has called on Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell to recuse himself amid an internal probe at the Federal Reserve. Well, which, by the way, this wouldn't matter because even if this happened, Elizabeth Warren is probably sending him play-by-play of everything that's going on, just like she does to Gary Gensler. Warren said Powell has led the deregulatory movement at the Fed, potentially touching upon some of the conditions that led to the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Fed chair called for a thorough, transparent, and swift review of its activity. I mean, look at this lady. Is she drunk? Even this girl right here is like, is this a human? What am I looking at here?
It's like, ma'am, are you all right?
Ma'am. Well, you know, I like to drink a beer and I like to close banks. Also, the banks pay me a lot of money. She is really like a cartoon character. She really is, isn't she? She's like, you know what she's like? I had this, I'm just going to take this back to school. I had a teacher in the 9th grade whose name was Miss Lovell. And Miss Lovell was from Boston.
Shout out.
Shout out, Miss Lovell. I'll tell you this. I loved Miss Lovell. Miss Lovell was great. She's a great teacher, okay? Had her in 9th grade. She was my my health teacher. And so what happened is our coach, who was supposed to be the coach of the class, Coach Bumgarner was his name, he took another job in the first week of school. He took another job, left, went to another school. And so we didn't have a teacher like the first 6 weeks. So the first 6 weeks of health class, I'm in 9th grade, Harrison High School, shout out, Cobb County. First 6 weeks, I'm so bad. I am in trouble non-stop, right? Talking, pushing kids, you know, the whole thing, not showing up to class, being late, not doing my work, sleeping in class, you know, all the stuff that a troubled kid does, you know? And all of a sudden, 6 weeks in, Miss Lovell shows up to school. Miss Lovell looks almost just like Elizabeth Warren, talks almost just like Elizabeth Warren, except she's nicer. And she literally, it was like having a Saturday Night Live skit in the classroom all the time. It really was. And I don't mean that disrespectful. I just mean she was over the top. She was really funny. So I had made this decision, Nick, you're going to love this. I made a decision that as a joke, I was going to be the most well-behaved kid in the class when she got there.
As a joke.
And that's what I did. I literally became the teacher's pet, and I never got in trouble the entire semester. I got to do I got to do every single thing that a kid could get asked to do by a teacher. Well, not every single thing. I got asked to do, and the other kids in the class hated me for it. They're like, "Don't you know he's a bad kid? Stop treating him like that." It was so. I kept it up for an entire semester.
Nice.
Entire semester, I pretended to be a good kid in class for Miss Lovell. Miss Lovell told me this. She said, "You know what, Ben? This is what you got to do. You got to eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. That's it."
Wow.
That was her health. That was her health advice. That was it. I didn't listen for many years.
Wow.
While the collapse of 3 major banks have had several causes, not necessarily related to crypto, digital assets seem to be taking some of the blame in the media among certain government officials. To many, Signature Bank stands out as an aberration among these failures, as it closed following actions from the New York Department of Financial Services claiming to protect the U.S. economy by straining public confidence. Guys, it just came out yesterday. It just came out yesterday that they were being investigated for money laundering. The Department of Justice was already in Signature Bank for weeks. This is not brand new news, okay? Gensler suggests staking token operators should seek to come into compliance. And I tell you what, seek to come, definitely not a phrase that comes to mind when you look at Gary Gensler. United States Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler, has again suggested that proof of stake coins may be securities. Whatever they're promoting and putting into a protocol and locking up their tokens in a protocol that's often a small group of entrepreneurs and developers are developing, I would just suggest that each of these token operators seek to come into compliance. And the same with intermediaries. Guys, I now know Gary Gensler's entire plan. If you guys notice here, I tweeted, go to my Twittersburg, my Twitter's verse. Go to my profile here. I tweeted this morning. You guys don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Dang, I just figured out Gary Gensler's entire plan. I really did. Do you want to know his entire plan?
Yes.
Are you in on it? Do you know what he's doing?
No.
Okay. Are you ready for me to tell you?
Are they ready?
I don't know if they are or not. We'll have to find out. Here's the plan. The plan from Gary Gensler is he doesn't provide any clarity or any regulation. Why? Because he knows he loses in a world where he has to create clarity. Because it immediately eliminates a lot of the places that he can go after. If he says, oh, if you do this, this, and this, you're security. Well, what about all these other coins that don't do that? Well, now they have a defense. What he's doing is he's using all of these enforcement actions to put on all these projects for the projects to have to go to court to prove that they are not securities. Gary Gensler doesn't have to provide any proof that you are a security. Well, I'm just going to say you're a security. Now you in this trial must provide the proof that you are not a security. He's relying on all the projects to have to make their own case. That's what it is. It's very simple now. Now I understand it completely. He's going after everyone and everything. They have to come in and defend themselves. If those projects cannot defend themselves, then he automatically is going to win. And then he has to take that under his jurisdiction. Now, of course, we know the secondary sales have already been said not to be securities. So I don't know what he expects to win other than some enforcement actions, but he's trying to use the projects to create the regulation. That's interesting, isn't it?
That's yeah.
That's exactly what he's doing.
That's
exactly what he's doing.
Yep.
So there you go. All right. Representative Tom Emmer, is the FDIC weaponizing market chaos to kill crypto? There's Tom Emmer.
Yeah.
U.S. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer is asking whether the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation has weaponized its authority in an attempt to purge legal digital asset entities and opportunities from the United States. Emmer on Wednesday sent a letter to FDIC Chairman Martin Gruenberg citing recent actions that is trying to kill crypto. If this is the case, these actions to weaponize recent instability in the banking sector, catalyzed by catastrophic government spending and unprecedented interest rate hikes, are deeply inappropriate and could lead to a broader financial stability. Tom Emmer said, I sent a letter to FDIC Chairman Gruenberg regarding reports the FDIC is weaponizing recent instability, purge legal crypto activity from the United States. I already told you guys about this a little bit earlier. Is that Barney Frank these days?
Yeah.
Wow. What? Isn't Barney Frank, isn't he kind of famous for being like one of the first politicians to do or something?
Yeah.
He is, right?
I think so.
I think that's the right guy.
Yeah.
Just trying to remember. He doesn't look nearly the same.
And he's the Frank in Dodd-Frank.
He looks totally different, doesn't he? On Monday, Franks, a signature board member, said in an interview, targeted the bank to send an anti-crypto message. And I just like, let's talk about these things are not necessarily mutually exclusive, okay? They can still be going after banks to shut down crypto, and Signature Bank could have been involved in tons of money laundering. Like, those things are not mutually exclusive. It's not one or the other. It's probably a combination of both. So, Jessica thought I maybe still be yelling from yesterday. Barney is your uncle who drinks too much. I don't have an uncle that drinks too much. Drinks just the right amount. We're trying to save crypto from the banks. Circle CEO.
What?
Jeremy Hilaire. Yeah. Well, I told you his son is on a crusade talking about anti-CBDC. It's ridiculous. Let's see. He isn't buying any narratives, which suggests the traditional banking system needs to be protected from crypto. He believes the opposite to be true. This is, what do they call this? This is OPSEC here.
Yep.
We got $3.3 billion in transit, talking about their money from Silicon Bank. Coinbase issues an alert to crypto traders, says it will no longer support 6 Ethereum-based altcoins. Coinbase just issued an alert to crypto traders, warning it's preparing to end support for 6 altcoins. DeFi Money, Rally, Mirror, OMG Network was shocking. Loom Network was shocking. And Augur. Augur is one of the oldest I believe Augur is the original ERC20, I believe. It is one of the first tokens made on Ethereum. Coins will no longer be available. Coinbase does not explicitly outline why, saying it monitors to ensure they are meeting the listing standards. So I don't know. I'm very curious to see why they removed those. Binance Voyager deal to proceed without holdings. New York judge rules. I told you we could watch this. I told you I thought it would be fine. We were looking at it yesterday. The judge in the case, Judge Wiles, did say the prior approval is good. So there we go. So it is going to be moving forward. So congratulations if you are a Voyager holder. Fidelity Crypto quietly went live, giving millions of retail customers access to Bitcoin Ether. What did I tell you guys? I told you this a couple weeks ago. This is the move here. Now we're going to see the banks and the institutions start to try to take advantage. It's going to be really hard to go from a crypto bank to an overall regular bank. However, to go from a regular bank to a bank that also does crypto will be really easy. This is how the system is rigged. Fidelity Digital Assets quietly opened access to Fidelity Crypto for the masses recently. Millions of users can now trade Bitcoin and Ether commission-free on the platform. That was previously restricted to a wait list, users giving access on a rolling basis. There you go. So Fidelity. It's your third shot of the day, boys.
Well, double fisting it.
Bang. Okay. All right. Moving on. Fed's BTFP. I don't know what that is. That sounds dirty though, doesn't it? By the oh my God. May administer $2 trillion to U.S. banks. JP Morgan Chase, let's see, stated on Wednesday, Federal Reserve's emergency funding program will give almost $2 trillion in funds to the banking system.
Oh, good.
Oh, cool. It's not a bailout. There's adding $2 trillion of liquidity. Cool. Where do they get that money from? Does anybody know?
I can't say on the stream.
Somebody said, I think Mirror is on the SEC hit list. Yeah, Mirror is for sure is tied to Terra Luna. So Mirror Protocol had already gotten a letter from the SEC. It was actually delivered to Do Kwon on stage at a conference back in the day before he left the country. Significantly, according to the Fed's program, bank savings associations and other eligibles could be provided with loans, yada, yada, yada. Is Frank in here?
He is.
Come on up, Frank.
Real quick, we got this.
All right, guys. We got the top?
Yeah, that and this one.
We did that yesterday.
Oh, we did it yesterday?
Literally yesterday.
Oh, what about Bitcoin Miami?
I don't know. It's not pulled up.
Okay.
Guys, we got 5,000 viewers. How many likes we have?
1,300 likes.
Okay. If we can get it to 2,000 likes, I will.
Whoa.
Not just pat. I will squeeze Frank's butt cheek. Y'all get to pick the butt cheek on the way out.
Don't hit the like button, please. Please. I'm just kidding. Smash the like button,
Hit the
guys.
dislike button.
It's that will get memed, but hey, we do it for the internet. So smash that like button if you want to see Ben.
I do it for the flesh.
Hey, oh, hey. Ben said he does it for the flesh. But anyway, guys, we do have some interesting stuff to look at here on the charts. I know you guys already got a little bit of sauce from Tom Crown. Let me do a quick little refresh here. Oh boy, hopefully this computer does not give me problems.
Don't do it, Frank.
Okay. All right. This may be. Oh, hey. Shout out to Sugar Zeus for the $100 super chat.
Yeah,
said
we won't do that.
Oh, right. We're saving super chats for a separate time, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do this. Let's get a brand new Mac for up here
Yep.
because it's getting crappy, and then I'm gonna take that one home and set up a shop for a place to record at home.
Okay, cool.
Let's do that. So there we go.
Boom. There we go. Problem fixed. Just like
That's
that.
how it works here at BitBoy Crypto.
But yeah, guys, we got some interesting stuff to look at here, and we do have the higher time frames for the most part do seem to be pointing to the upside, and I just want to go over a few of those things with you guys. So first, I'm just going to go ahead and hide these key levels. We'll take a look at those in just a second, as honestly, Bitcoin since yesterday has not done anything too exciting other than just kind of go sideways. So, but we'll take a look at that in just a second. But I want to come up here to the higher time frames. Now, we did look at this yesterday, and one of the things, the first kind of thing that is kind of pointing to the upside is going to be this VWAP flip that we are getting on the weekly. You can see we had that red dot print as we got that move down, and now we are flipping right back around and printing a green dot immediately after. In my opinion, this does kind of show that, the bears kind of came in and tried to push us down a little bit, and the bulls were just like, nope, you had your fun. It was short-lived, but you had your fun, and it's just flipping us back to the upside. So this is definitely more of a bullish sign than anything, in my opinion. And then obviously, just on a lot of these daily timeframes, guys, we are just getting a lot of these are just kind of turning to the upside. But we have a green dot here on the 6 day, as well as the 5 days, the only higher daily time frame not printing a green dot. We have one on the 4 day. I'll let it load there. Boom, right there. You got the green dot on the 4 day. The 3 day is printing as well, and then your 2 day is confirmed. And on top of that, guys, just looking at, I mean, where is it? Is it the 5 day? Money flow is generally moving in the right direction as we are continuing to curve to the upside here. So this could potentially give us a big move to the upside, but it may take time to play out, right? Like I talk about this all the time with the higher time frames. We did this right before we got this big move up, looking at the giant bullish divergence on the weekly. I was talking about this for like a month before it actually played out, and it never got invalidated, and then eventually wound up playing out. But you know, it's just like these take time, right? And people were just like, "This guy's crazy. He has no idea what he's talking about." And then finally it played out, and I was like, whew, thank God. But yeah, just so you guys know, the higher daily time frames do take quite a bit of time to play out, but it is starting to point to the upside. However, on some of these lower time frames, you can see more, mostly on the 1 hour here, we do have money flow coming out pretty consistently. Could indicate, in my opinion, maybe just some more sideways action, because there is another thing on the higher time frames, like the 8 hour and the 10 hour, that could be shaping up for a very, very bullish break to the upside. And the technical target of that pattern actually happens to be extremely interesting. But I don't know if I'll have time to show that on this live, but it is there. And if you guys want to check out more about that, I did put a morning market update on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel where we go in depth on all that stuff. So if you guys are interested after this show, go check that out. But again, medium hourly time frames, money flow coming out could be short-term bearish. You are making a little bit of a lower high here on your 2 hour. And, you know, your 4 hour is also starting to flop to the downside. So I do think if we come in and take a look at these key levels real quick, I do just want to say this range is basically being respected for the most part. This was a trade that we put in the premium Discord. Just looking for the longs at the bottom of the range, looking for these to ride up to the value area high. We kind of just bing-bonged around. It was a little bit sketchy, but obviously the volume profiles do play out more than they don't. And we knew that once we got support on that value area low, it would be more probable to get a move back up to the value area high, hit that take profit almost perfectly. So shout out to anybody in the premium Discord. But now we are just kind of hitting our head on this value area high, which brings us to our major level of resistance that we need to break above to get some more exciting price action to the upside. And the number one level, or the first level I would be watching, is kind of remains the same as yesterday, guys. Value area high coming in at about $25,088. And then we obviously have this high where we got rejected at about $26,551. So we got to get above these highs to get that move to the upside. And then again, I'm not really going to cover this too much. You guys know we do have that big volume gap above us. We snuck in there. Things got exciting for a little bit and then just got an immediate rejection. But if we come back up to test these levels, we could easily fly back into that low volume gap. And then that could be where we get our move to our next major target, which again remains the same at about $28,850. So that is the next level to the upside. So again, medium time frames or medium hourly time frames, some of them are looking like we may cool off a little bit more. But then once you start coming up to the 4 hour too, guys, if you look here, money flow is, you know, generally trending in the right direction, right? We have a low here, and then you're getting a higher low here, showing that shift to the upside. But if you really zoom in here, we are getting a little rejection as that VWAP comes down. So just something to keep an eye on. But looking at the 5 hour, I mean, that is getting that crossover into the green. So it could start, you know, the bearish signals on those lower time frames may just kind of show themselves as consolidation. And then either way, if we get a move down or just kind of wiggle sideways, those higher time frames may play out. And don't forget, guys, check out my channel, Frankie Candles, if you want to take a look at the market update that I uploaded this morning, where we take a look at that pattern with the very interesting technical target. But that's it, guys. Those are basically the key levels remain the same from yesterday. The highs remain the same, and then the major level of support, the immediate level of support you're looking at is the point of control at about $24,340, and then your value area low is getting a little bit closer to that $24,000 even mark. And I think that's all I got, guys. You know, not too much. We're just kind of going sideways. But again, just watch those higher time frames, and again, definitely go check out that market update, because that pattern that could be forming on the higher time frames could could give us, it's really the technical target that I want you guys to see, because it's just really, really interesting how you can have your eye on certain levels, and then you see a pattern, you pull the technical target, and you're like, wow, interestingly enough, you know, that technical target winds up being the target I was looking at. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Back to Ben. Smash that like button and follow my YouTube channel, Frankie Candles. Bing bong.
Oh, CoffeeZilla just sent me a message. CoffeeZilla just sent me a message, alerted me of something I didn't even know that was going on right now.
Oh, spill the tea.
We have live.
We got
breaking
tea?
news. Yeah. So
Bro.
here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. I probably shouldn't be speaking about this because this is an ongoing lawsuit. Ongoing lawsuit, guys. Here it is. Check this out. YouTube stars who promoted FTX crypto fraud without disclosing compensation sued $1 billion by victims. Ben Armstrong, look at that chubby mother chucker. Look at that. Back when he was chubby, he used to promote FTX undisclosed for money. Guys, can we pull the records? How much money did FTX pay me to promote it? That is a great question. Can we pull that record, guys?
Yeah.
Anybody? How much did they pay me?
Frank's got it. Frank's got the number.
Oh, thanks, Frank. Exactly. $0 mother chucking dollars. You idiots. You literally have lawyers out there that are so stupid and so low IQ that they will bring a lawsuit against me, mother chucking Ben Armstrong, for promoting something undisclosed that I didn't even promote to begin with. I never got paid for, you idiots. God, you're so dumb. Why are you so unbelievably stupid? Whoever the lawyers are, I'm going to sue the lawyers. I'm going to sue the lawyers.
Defamation.
I'm going to sue defamation. This is defamation by definition. I never got paid a dime. I literally have never spoken to a single person at FTX until we sent our bill to Brett Harrison in August of 2022. The fact that a lawyer did this little bit of research to prove that I'm going to countersue. I'm going to countersue for 100%. We are going to countersue these people. The fact that they can bring a totally frivolous, fraudulent lawsuit that includes my name in it, that's 100% false, is unbelievable. These other people, Kevin, Andre Geek, Graham Stephan, I don't know these other people, they were paid by FTX. I don't know, they just closed it. I've never got a dime from FTX. There's somebody we never worked with. The fact that somebody could put this up here, it is absolutely asinine. So we will be filing a countersuit against these people. I'll be filing a countersuit against the lawyers that are doing this. Yeah, this is hilarious. Thank you, CoffeeZilla, for alerting me to this. This is unbelievable. Like, how can you pass a bar exam and your IQ is this low, that is this much below the bar for the Mendoza line of IQ? That's a great question. I can't believe this. This is such good publicity for me. Thank you, lawyers. We're going to countersue though.
Can
I
they
mean,
sue me?
absolutely. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Edwin Garrett. That's the law firm. Edwin Garrison.
Edwin Garrison? No, this is the guy. I'm gonna sue Edwin Garrison. He must be the guy who's bringing it. I'm gonna sue him, and I'm gonna sue the lawyers. I'm gonna sue all of them. I'm gonna sue all of them for sure, because this is absolutely unbelievable. The people. This is how desperate people are. Put my name in stuff, and they just. This just proves right here that even these lawyers are so stupid. They don't do any research to see, I never received the dime. We never did a single promotion for FTX. What a joke this is. So I'm glad. I'm glad, to be honest with you. This is good for me. This is good for me that they put my name up here, and how unbelievably stupid these people are going to look by the time I'm done with them. So Kevin, Andre, Graham, I don't know what y'all promoted, what y'all didn't promote. I know Graham, you know, he loved throwing me under the bus. When his people were throwing me under the bus, he didn't pick me up by any stretch of the imagination. So it looks like joke's on him at this point. But these other guys, whatever. Look, you can't go after anyone for promoting FTX. Like, this is a side note, okay? Everybody thought FTX was good. The problem was on the inside. And this is why a lawsuit like this, or the lawsuit against all the major athletes and stuff that were involved with FTX, it'll never go anywhere. Why? Nobody knew. There are people on the inside that were so rotten to the core and hiding stuff that everybody on the outside appearance looked like it was fine. They should go after CNBC for bringing Sam on their show. They should go after every major news corporation that was on Sam Bankman-Fried's tiny little penis. Like, that's what they should do. Go after Sam. Go after the people that were saying, this is the greatest man ever. Go after Time Magazine. Go after these freaking idiots. Go after Andrew Ross Sorkin, his butt buddy. Go after him. Why don't you do that? Why don't you go after the people that literally enabled this man from day one to scam everybody? But no, you want to go after me. Because why? Why? You want to go after these people that promoted it? Go after the source. If you go after the source, you might actually get some money. But you go after these people, you're going to, in the end, lose this case. I can tell you this. Just the mere fact that my name is on this lawsuit, just the mere fact that my name is on this lawsuit shows you 100% that it's going to lose. It's going to get thrown out for sure. If the lawyers didn't even have the diligence to research whether the people that they were putting on the lawsuit actually promoted FTX or not, they're not going to win. They're idiots. They're just looking for clout, and we're giving them the clout. So let's move on. I don't want to give them the clout. All right. Okay. So the Ripple news, guys.
Hey,
fun.
Ben.
Yeah.
That lawyer, Edwin Garrison.
Yeah.
He's in Atlanta.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm going to go there today. Give me his address. I'll go today.
On the street. I'll tell you later.
No, put it on the stream. Put it on the stream. It's not doxing. It's a public law firm.
Okay.
Let's check it out. Let's check this guy out.
I don't know if this is the right guy, but he is a lawyer. His name is Edwin Garrison. He works for Kilpatrick Townsend.
Yeah. Let's see what this guy looks like.
He looks like a lawyer.
This guy? Or this guy?
Hang on.
God, every person
No.
named Edward Garrison looks like a douche.
Edward Garrison.
Oh, this guy? Please tell me it's this guy.
Yes, it's that guy.
Oh my God. This guy looks like Jeff Pessy's freaking son he never had. What the crap? He went to the Georgia State University College of Law. You know if he's going to Georgia State.
High-powered GSU.
Yeah, you know he's going to Georgia. Guys, Georgia State is where all the people that couldn't get into Georgia Tech go. Everybody knows that. No offense, Georgia State people. We love you if you went to Georgia State, but not exactly the beacon of law school, is what I'll tell you. I didn't even know they had a law school. That's kind of like going and getting your degree from a backroom class led by Better Call Saul. You know, that's what it's like. Okay. So anyways, we're gonna go after this guy. This guy's such an unbelievably low IQ human, but it is what it is. You know, it's amazing. I can't believe some of these people are actually able to feed themselves.
Like with their own hands?
Like with their own hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I love it. This is exciting for me. This is good. This is good. I like it. Let's call him on the live stream. Let's do that. Let's call him. Let's call Edward Garrison. Let's get his number.
I hope this is the right guy. I don't know if this is the right guy, but I mean, it looks like it is.
Let's find out. Let's call him.
Bro, why are you doing this?
Yeah, let's call him right now. Let's do another live call. 404.
Guys, go ahead and smash that like button if you like getting into it, mixing it up live.
Man, screw these people, man. I don't give about these people.
Here we go.
What's the guy's name? Edwin Garrison?
Edwin Garrison.
Expect one from Kevin O'Leary, too. Kevin O'Leary can't go after anybody because he's a fraud.
Watch this not be the right guy.
Don't call him. Why would I not call him?
He's suing Ben.
Yeah, is Edward Garrison in today? Oh, perfect.
Edwin.
That's what I said, right?
I thought you said Edward.
Okay, here we go. Boom, let's go.
Here we go. You should tell him you're live first.
If it's not the right guy, it's a bad move. We'll find out. We'll ask him.
We're gonna be nice.
What do you think we're gonna ask him?
It's probably at lunch.
Probably at lunch. 12:45.
You've reached Edwin Garrison. I can't take your call right now. Please leave a message. Thank you.
Tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording,
Yeah,
you
tell
may
him
hang
you're
up
recording.
or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Edwin. My name is Glenn Glarmstrong, and I'm trying to find out if I can join this class action lawsuit that you have going on. Is this correct? Are you the one that's leading the class action lawsuit against promoters of FTX that supposedly did undisclosed promotion? If that's the truth, If you are the same Edwin Garrison that is leading this, if you could please give me a call, 678. Oh, I shouldn't give my phone number, should I?
No.
That's a bad look. No, why don't you just call back? You have my number right here. You can just give me a call, and I'd love to talk to you about it because I want to join the suit. I want to join the suit. Glenn Glarmstrong, thank you. Have a great day, Owen. I'm sure we'll talk later. Goodbye.
+1 in the chat for Edwin.
Oh, Edwin. Damn it. Freaking Edwin. I hate when these people won't answer the phone, man. Why? You answer the phone every time it rings, don't you, Nick? Regardless of what the number is.
100%.
I almost gave my phone number live on there. I was that close. Oh, we had too much fun on this show, guys. We have too much fun on this show. This guy, Chunky Ben Armstrong, was not having a great day that day. I'll say that.
That guy could be sued.
That guy, I would sue that guy. I would sue him. I'll be honest with you. I'd be like, that guy's got some squirrel. He's got some nuts stored up, you know, a little squirrel over there.
Wait a minute.
You know, some chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just fat shamed myself. Like that's the first time on the show I think I've done that. Ripple executives say XRP lawsuit ruling will have little impact on global business operations. Court ruling in a lawsuit brought by the SEC will have minimal impact on the company's global business expansion. Ripple's APAC region policy director Raul Advani said, and throw the X up, by the way, if you're in the XRP army. That's what I said, but I still had sexy eyes. Oh, that's cool. With a large portion in the Asian Pacific region, Blooming reported. Otherwise, Entwistle, Ripple's managing director for Asia Pacific, Middle East, and North Africa, said at the same conference, the future of the crypto industry in the U.S. itself will be influenced greatly by the ruling in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. There we go. So XRP Army, throw it up if you are in the chat. Guys, and I do want to look in. There's a lot more going with XRP and the lawsuit right now. FedNow is something I really want to start digging into, as that has been announced. It's going to be live in July, I believe, and see what happens. ISO 20022 going live this weekend. Is that true?
What? No, I don't know.
I think I think they moved it to like next year or something like that.
That's 2025.
So, yeah. It's the Edwin Garrison in Oklahoma. Man, can we find that guy? Edwin Garrison in Oklahoma. Doesn't sound like a very Oklahoma name. Tell you what, Edwin. Is that Edwin Southern? You think Edwin Southern? I don't know. Is Oklahoma Southern? Do you consider Oklahoma to be Southern, Nick?
No way.
It ain't Northern. Ain't no Yankees up there in Oklahoma.
It's country. It's not
Country.
Southern.
I'll tell you what. Okay. RSK Nor says, Ben was my high school bully. I would not mess with him. What did I tell you about telling people?
Oh, God.
What did I tell you?
Right.
We have too much fun on this show. This show's too fun. This show is too fun. Oh, man.
Just saying.
CoffeeZilla's making a video about me today. So
There it is.
he says I probably shouldn't have been on the list. I said, I know. But thank you, CoffeeZilla, for letting me know this was going on. How is it that I'm in a big article in a lawsuit and it's 12:49 and I didn't even know? That's fun. That's fun. Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, well let's move on here.
You hash your pass?
Yeah, we're gonna do some. We are gonna do some. We're gonna do some new segments. So we have one now called Hash Your Pass, and this is where they're going to give me a been straight up crank anchored an ambulance chaser.
What a good show.
What a great show. You can't get any better here. Glenn almost got a lot of callbacks. Did you like that, Glenn Glarmstrong?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, wasn't it? Okay, Hash Your Pass is where you give me a coin, and I tell you whether I would hash it or I'd pass it. It's like Smash or Pass.
Yeah.
But it's hash or pass. Now, this does not mean it's smoke hash or pass it. This is hash rate.
It's not hash and pass.
Yeah, not hash and pass. This is hash or pass. All right, let's go with the coin. Where are we going with?
Oh, well, we have one to start off with. I think
Hmm.
it's pulled up on your computer.
Well, I know, but you have to say it so it looks like I don't know what it is.
Oh, Ben does not know what it is. I don't think he does. But right now, the coin of the day to hash or pass is Stellar Lumens.
Well, look at that. Here it is, pulled up on my
X-
chart here.
XLM.
I'm not going to go. Now, what I want to do is I want to do it where it's like more audience interaction, where you
Yeah.
guys pick the coin. But we're going to take a look here at Stellar. Now, Stellar XLM is coming in at 8.5 cents. Now, a lot of you guys that have watched my channel for a while know that I don't How much are they paying you to spread FUD about Shiba? I'm not spreading FUD about Shiba. I literally am just going to dox the founder. That's it. If that is bad, if that's FUD saying who created the coin, then you got much bigger problems on your hands, boy. Okay? You got much bigger problems on your hand than is he going to say, is he fudding or not? If y'all are so scared that the creator is known, then that's a problem you need to work out. Now, speaking of coins that we know who they created or who created them, you got Stellar Lumens here at 8.5 cents. Creator Jed McCaleb of Mt. Gox of Ripple, former what is he, the CTO? No, he wasn't the CTO. I don't think he was the CEO, but he was big over at Ripple, one of the co-founders. Jay, hey, Pencil Neck, thanks for all the Hit Network shows. Give me entertainment all day. Thank you. We love that. We're going to highlight some of those shows from time to time here. Overman Legal Group, OK City, Edwin Garrison.
No, that's not correct.
That's not him.
Edwin is from Oklahoma. I think it's David Boies from Boies Schiller Flexner in New York. This guy looks like a Bond villain. I wish I could send it to you.
What's his name? Yeah.
Oh. Edwin v. Edwin?
Oh, that would be good. Maybe we'll call Glenn Garmstrong back and maybe we can see what's going on. All right, let's take a look at the chart here.
Oh, wow.
This is the max chart for yeah, look at this. And this is where we look at, unfortunately we didn't get new all-time highs in a lot of coins in the last bull market. When you look at XLM here, definitely one that did not get to new all-time highs. But when you look at the pattern that's going on over here, I mean, it's very similar to the pattern that was going on over here. The low for the last bull market was 4.5 cents approximately. Well, I'd probably right there. What was that?
3.
Yeah, about 3.5 cents. Right now it's sitting at 8 cents. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't gone low, near the lows of the last market. It did get to 7.5 cents, about twice the previous cycle low. And look, here's the thing. But why do we have some XLM in our portfolio? Well, the reason we have some XLM in our portfolio is just because we're big on the ISO 20022 coins. And when you look at the announcement that was made a few weeks ago about, I think from the IMF, I think it was about what they're going to be using for their underlying platform, XLM and XRP were both included on there. So look, Stellar is been known kind of as a poor man's XRP, I guess, is a good way to say it. However, a lot of the centralization concerns that people had about XRP, they apply to XLM, except even more. XLM, let me tell you what I didn't like that XLM did. If you actually go in here and you look at, let's see, XLM burn 2019. Here it is. This is where I really went sour on Stellar. Stellar burns over 50. This is November 5th, 2019. Isn't it remember the 5th of November? Is that right?
It is.
Well, there it is. Remember the 5th of November. Stellar burns over $55 billion worth of tokens, or 55 billion tokens, excuse me, worth $4.7 billion. Now, the Stellar Development Foundation announced a new mandate for its network's development that it burned over 55 billion lumens. According to a Medium post on November 4th, they reduced the number of tokens in existence as part of an effort to become more efficient as it moves forward. Of the 85 billion tokens that were earmarked for operations, they burned 55 billion. Adding the surviving tokens in the aforementioned programs, XLM are already out in the world. There are exactly 50 billion XLM in existence, according to a blog post. Let's see here. Okay. SDF focuses on development in the ecosystem, yada, yada, yada. Stellar removes inflation feature. Now, let me tell you what I did not like about this. Now, because you see this story and you're like, okay, well, that's actually like a pretty decent story, right? You have 85 billion in supply and you burn 55 billion of them. You've only got 30 billion left. Let's see what the actual number is right now of coins, XLM. Let's see here. Okay. XLM. You have circulating supply, about 26.5 billion coins. Total supply is now 50 billion. So they burned more coins than they have in the total supply now. And it's like, that's good. I get it. It's not, a terrible thing. But what is a terrible thing is when the foundation just decides to do it without telling anybody. That's the definition of centralization. No coin should be able to change their tokenomics overnight this dramatically without any input from the community. And so in my mind, this is when Stellar's, the stellar things about Stellar kind of went to the wayside for me. I guess a good way to put it. So for me personally, we have exposure to XLM strictly because of ISO 20022, and we want exposure to all of those potential coins, all the coins we think potentially could relate to there. However, for me personally, in terms of just being excited about XLM, I'm a pass. I'm out. I'm a pass. So if you're looking at it as a basket, okay, I'm cool with it. I'll hash it out. If you're looking at it as individual coin, I'm not too big on it. So let's, guys, don't forget to sign up for Crucial Crypto, crucialcrypto.io, absolutely free for 4 weeks. Just click the Dolphin Pass, then make sure to, over here, put in the promo code, BitSquad, and you get the first 4 weeks for free. You see, due today, $0.00. All right, and we are continuing to, make this better. By the end of the next couple of weeks, I think you guys will all see it's going to be, exactly what we're looking for it to be, giving a lot of value to the people who are involved in it. Don't forget here to get with, what am I looking for here? The Shiba News. Where's the Shiba News? Shiba. Okay. Shiba Inu creator name revealed thanks to OpenSea. Now, this is a story that was trending, of course, last week. We covered it. And basically, the creator of the meme coin Shiba Inu, which has seen massive popularity and attention in the crypto world, has remained anonymous since its creation. However, recent findings by Coinbase directors have shed some light on the identity of the creator, known as Ryoshi. Let's see. It said the account associated, the OpenSea account associated with Kusama's address had an interesting name, Alameda. And we covered this last week. Furthermore, recent news from Coinbase directors revealed that the largest Shiba Inu farmer unstaked $107 million of SHIB on October 27th, 2021, sent to FTX, Huobi, Binance, and OKX. It coincided with the expansion of SHIB's perps by FTX, which had close ties to Alameda. As a result, the price of SHIB began to plummet and never recovered. While the identity of Ryoshi remains a mystery, recent findings have sparked curiosity and speculation within the crypto community. The rise of meme coins like Shiba Inu has launched. Oh, my bad. Whoa, did I show that? Who was that?
What just happened?
What was that? What was that? Who was that?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I don't know who that was. Maybe that was your Easter egg, guys. Maybe that was it. It just appeared on the screen out of nowhere. Who did that? Was it Edwin? Was it Edwin Garrison? Edwin Garrison. He decided that he was going to pop it. Edwin Garrison is the creator of SHIB.
I believe it.
Yeah, let's go ahead. You want a guy to get some police investigation. You say you invented SHIB. But anyways, let's see here. We have this drama going on. Plagiarism, fork, or simple mistake. Shiba Inu community debates the origin story of Shibarium. I don't even know what Shibarium is. Do you?
It's like their DeFi. It's dumb.
For the community around the SHIB token and Shibarium blockchain, it's the difference between code that has been plagiarized and open source code has been recycled. I mean, this sounds a lot like do you know about the ETH Tron drama around this?
Not really, no.
You don't? God, man. How do you not know? How do you not know that Tron plagiarized the ETH white paper? Everybody knows that.
Oh. Yeah, you told me that.
I told you that.
Like 2 weeks ago, yeah.
It happened like 6 years ago.
I know.
All right. Drama again Thursday, Asia time. We're an established member of its Discord pointed to the Shibarium chain. The same as the Renya testnet. I know what Renya is. While Discord members were quick to generate their own explanations for the similarity, with some panic selling the token, pushing it down 10%. Few chain IDs were picked randomly, and these chains were not registered anywhere at that time. Andrew Angrigasa. Does anybody know who that was that I showed? Both Renya testnet and Shibarium copied open source code for the block explorers called Block Scout, and they were both likely lazy in their. Ah!
Wait,
what was that? What was that? What was that? Who keeps doing that?
That's weird.
That's a much better story. That's a much better story. Much better story than the Shibarium.
Yeah.
Is this man right here?
Whoa. Want to do some Q&A?
Yeah, it's just a Q&A.
All right.
It's just a Q&A.
Get that guy out of there. That's weird.
Oh, sorry. Get him out.
That's weird. Okay. Here we go. We got some Q's and some A's. So Brandon Dvorak, $10 super chat. You should do a video of a drag race between the Lambo and TJ's GTR.
Well, I will not.
Nissan.
That's a line I will not cross on the show. I will not dress up like a lady.
That's well, yeah, especially in I can't say that.
What?
Never mind.
Okay, thanks.
What if it was drag race between?
Oh, the cars, not between me and TJ. Oh, like a race.
Well, that's boring. Who
Yeah.
cares about that?
Yeah. We should do a video of it. I didn't even know. People are saying, "Who is that? Who is that?" Well, guys, that's a founder of Shiba. I don't know what'll happen. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that GTR was a car. Would you have known a GTR was a nice car if you saw one on the road?
I mean, I'm a car guy, so yeah.
So I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Like when TJ was like, I'm like, where are you getting? Like, I'm gonna get a Lambo, demon. Like, where are you gonna get? TJ like a GTR. I was like, cool. What is that? Didn't even know. But there are people that come up here that are insane about that car. They love it. Is there a video game, right? Is there a video game?
It is, yeah.
What video game was it?
I think it was Gran Turismo 5.
Gran Turismo 5. Yeah, people like Gran Turismo. So I think they really enjoyed that car. That looked like Frankie Candles. Frankie is the founder of SHIB. That could be correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is something we've always talked about doing and we've never done. So this is stupid. You just created fake FUD. What are you talking about? What kind of low IQ human are you?
SHIB is a fake blockchain. Gen X Crypto, $10 super chat. Are credit unions safe?
I think that basically, credit unions are safe. They're very anti-crypto for the most part.
Yeah. I joined a credit union and I had to sign a document that said I will not have crypto transactions.
How insane is that?
Credit unions are not FDIC insured. They have a different type of insurance called NCUA. So they run by a different set of rules.
Yeah.
Last one.
Okay, last one.
Tom M. $1.99. Fed now to crush XRP.
I need to do a little more research on this. No, I'm going to do an decentralized. I'm going to do an actual video about the creator. You may or may not have seen the actual founder of SHIB in the last 10 minutes on this show. Of course, you don't know his name. You don't know who he is. We're going to be giving a lot more about that. And just remember, Mr. What was his name here? I can't remember the name. Remember this, Mr. Nema. Karma always comes back around. That's all I got. Be blessed. The boy out.
Whoa.